I've decided to propose to Ronnie because I'm at a point in my life where I'm not willing to be patient anymore. Like, I want my beautiful, perfect life. I want it now. I'm having like a relationship with someone that I can only see for 3 months, and then they have to leave for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. I'm not doing it again.
All right, so when it comes to Tiffany, Tiffany has appeared on 90 Day Diaries. And as you heard right there, she wants to propose to her new man called Ronnie, aka Ronald, which is quite funny because when she first debuted in the show, she was already with a man called Ronnie, aka Ronald, all the way from South Africa. But of course, this time she's with Ronnie all the way from Ireland. But here we are. Now she's in a position where she feels a need to want to propose to him, purely because she is sick and tired of their long distance relationship and she just wants them to be together. I understand the purpose, I understand that, but at the same time, does it mean that these are the right reasons to therefore decide to marry this man, to propose to this man? I guess that's very subjective depending on us knowing the full context of why she's feeling the way she's feeling. And also on top of that, would there be any context in this world that would ever put you in a position to want to propose to somebody purely because, in fact, let's just change that a little bit. Ladies, would you ever, is there any context that would ever put you in a position where you'd want to propose to a man or even to a woman for that matter, okay? It's purely because therefore you could now be both in the same location and not have to do 3 months on, 3 months off, blah, 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 blah. Give me your thoughts on that one. But let's continue.
It's such a shock for me because it's been so long since you. What do you think? He like one time? No, the whole time. I'm just gonna be like, go down there in the wild game. He like swing it or give me happy. I'm wild because
I'm not gonna lie to you, like this boy has been through so much, man. I mean, how many men has this man experienced in the lifetime he's been alive? I mean, really and truly, I can understand that he's either going to be at 2 points in his life. Either point number one, where he's just going to be sick and tired and he just does not want his mum anymore bringing any other men into their lives anymore because he just has given up on any man coming into her life and making her happy. Or it could be point number two where maybe, or say option number two where, you know what, he's seen his mum go through the mud with so many different men that he just hopes he can finally find somebody who can actually make her happy. So therefore, maybe he's going to be more supportive if he genuinely does feel like this man is different to the rest. He sees that his mum is happier than before. He sees that his mum is glowing. Then maybe that's why it's going to put in a position where he's actually going to want to agree. Either way, do you think it's fair for him to be in this position regardless of which option it is? Give me your thoughts, please.
I'm just making sure. What?
he's supposed to propose to you.
I know.
Propose to him. He's supposed to propose to you.
I think we do, but that means more of him coming, and that means not coming before.
So here's the thing, and just so you know, the sound you're hearing here has nothing to do with me. I guess it's the camera that she was using, it just wasn't picking up what they were saying, probably hence the reason why, obviously, Naide had to put subtitles at the bottom. So here's the thing. She then obviously then announces to her son that it is actually her that is going to propose to him rather than the other way around. Now, of course, naturally, the son does respond the same way any one of us would. The man is supposed to do it, not the woman, which, to be fair, in today's age, I think it's only right if a woman wants to propose to me, you know what I'm saying? But obviously the son does bring a fair point to the table. So this is where it already comes down to, really and truly, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Should the son be in a position where he should be agreeing that his mum should propose to someone? In fact, do you guys agree that Tiffany should be proposing this man? Again, context is very key. I mean, on the surface, I'm going to say to you, hell no. If this man wants to be with her and if he's also being fed up with the long distance, then he should be the one that should step up and say, you know what, I want to be with you. I want to marry you. And also to want to marry her for the right reasons. Because I actually want to be with you, right? But for me, based on the reasons she's given, she just wants to marry him just so he can be closer. And because she loves him. But the question is, when they do spend time together, are they literally spending time together like as if they're living together, as if they are actually parenting her kids together? Are they living in a situation that is realistic to what their life would be if they were actually live together all the time? If that's the experience that they are going through each time they do spend time together, then you know what, it makes sense. But if they're living this thing where whenever she goes and sees him or whenever he comes and sees her, they live this life where within that 3 months they're going out every single day, they're doing all of these spontaneous things, they're doing all of these romantic things, doing all these things that realistically aren't always necessarily an everyday thing in a relationship, well, then that means their relationship right now is based on more lustful experiences rather than actual reality experiences, if that makes any sense. So that's why I said before, context is key. When he comes and sees her, when she goes and sees him, do they spend, days in together? Just watching TV, binge watching stuff? Do they spend days obviously going out with the kids and doing the little things here and there? Do spend the evenings obviously cuddled up and make sure they put the kids to bed? Are they doing things that they would generally do in a relationship? Or are they just doing things that you do whenever you see that long distance partner? Because anybody, let's be real, any one of us that has ever been in a long distance relationship, whenever we do go and see our partner, most of the time, we spend most of the time in bed sleeping together, you know what I mean? And when we're not in bed sleeping together, some of us are outside eventually sleeping together, okay? Living that part of the life because obviously we need it because we haven't had it in a long time. And also on top of that, when we do see each other, we are always out and about doing something. Never necessarily just sat at home as we would if we was actually living close by. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's where sometimes long distance relationships can kind of become a little bit of a sticky one if you end up being with somebody that you've never actually properly been with properly, if that makes sense. So these are the things that have to be thought about. And of course, because she has kids, it takes more thinking. Because you're not playing with just your heart, you're playing with also your kids.
Do I just do it and start out together now?
That's my mom. I'm happy that she's finally in a relationship that she's happy with, and she's with that. What do you think of?
I mean, listen, like I said, at the end of the day, he has been through, I don't know how many relationships. Obviously, we've only ever seen him being through, obviously, the ones we've noticed on TV. But obviously, we don't know what he's been through, obviously, prior to that. But at the end of the day, like I said before, regardless of the option regarding the son being involved there, obviously, in terms of if his opinion is going to be based on he just wants to see his mom happy, or his opinion is going to be based on being overprotective. Now, of course, we saw the option he went with is the option of just wanting to see his mom being happy. Even though that if things don't work out again, these things will also still impact him. Because you got to think, when he gets older and he starts to really go into that dating phase, in that relationship phase, he may struggle to actually hold down a relationship because all that's ever been role modeled in front of him is poor relationship decisions. All that's ever been role modeled in front of him is seeing his mom go for breakup after breakup. So therefore, it might even affect him when he's older. Or it might do the opposite. It might even put him in a position where he's like, you know what, I don't want to be like the men that my mom has been, has obviously met. I want to be that man that actually sticks with a woman. And that's that. Do you see what I'm saying? But of course, don't just stick around because you want to prove a point. Stick around because you're happy. Just don't get it twisted, right? But hey, listen, if Tiffany truly is happy with this man, if she genuinely does believe that this is the man that she wants to be with, and she does believe that when they do spend time together, it is realistic to how they would be if they were together all the time, and then listen, by all means necessary, do what you got to do. Marry that man. Do what you want to do, And ironically, she actually ends up, she said that she's going to propose to him by singing. So she's actually got someone writing a song right now, which is quite interesting. For some people, that might be cute. For other people, it might be cringe. For me, it's interesting because I haven't seen the outcome. But hey, let me know your thoughts down below. Are you happy for Tiffany, or do you think that she's doing what she does, what she's done in the past, and just being a bit hasty with her decisions, and she may be doing something that's not necessarily needs to be done right now? Give me your thoughts. And to be fair, have you ever been through a similar experience? Please let us know. But hey, don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.